The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning into Heavenly Sent People You Should Know. We were having some technical difficulties, but we've got that all situated. Thank you guys for your patience. Um, as you guys know, WVT Radio is a two-time Stellar Award winning station. We got 2 Stellar Awards on the station, and all of my shows will be audio to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, and so on and so forth. And so I just thank God for WVTC Radio allowing me to host on this platform. And as you know, my show is called Heavenly Sent People You Should Know. And so this man right here is definitely somebody you should know. He's beat the odds. He's been resilient. And I met him at a graduation. If anybody knows me, I've been trying to do barbering forever. However, it don't pan up. I've been knowing Larry forever. We actually church members, if you didn't know that, right? Been knowing Larry way before he got his colleges and got into the Walmart and so on and so forth. So I just thank God for what he's doing in Larry's life and how Larry is blessing so many people near and far. And so I went to his graduation. And so I went to the graduation ceremony. And so, everybody was saying they speech, and not until Rob got up there. I think he had everybody in the place crying, right? Because you don't hear stories like yours. And so the fact that you weathered the storm and been resilient and been patient speaks volumes. And your story was definitely something that I wanted to share with young men and women who don't think that there is another way out. If you apply yourself and put forth the effort and not give up, you're gonna get a million no's. And so that, Rob, you got your yes, and so you made it make sense. So with that being said, Rob, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your patience.
For having me.
So can you give us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, I was born in Chicago, from the west side of Chicago. At a young age, my mom moved us out to the suburbs like Aurora. You know what I'm saying? So we was about, you know, 30, 40 minutes west. You know what I'm saying? So we had moved out that way. Growing up out there was different from me. Coming from Chicago, a lot of Latinos, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it was different. It was I don't know how to explain it, but growing up out there, it was more like gangs and drugs in my face, I could say. You know what I'm saying? Not
Okay.
wasn't like that in Chicago, but I was more shielded from it because of my family. You know? So growing up out there, I kind of had to grow up a little bit faster. Getting into it with guys at school and all types of things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah. Caught a case. Caught a case at a young age. Had some kids at a young age. Has made some bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Wow. So with all that being said, what advice would you give the young men and women today who want to surround themselves with gangs and want to be a part of the drug system? What advice would you give them?
Man, for sure that the streets ain't never beneficial uh to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be more beneficial to the ones that's around you. You know what I'm saying? It's more like what you can do for us than what we could do for you. You know what I'm saying? So when the streets or gangs or whatever get hold of younger kids coming out of middle school or still in middle school, going into high school and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You as kids, they think they doing something, and it's making the gang happy or it's making your guys, the ones around you, happy. So you getting that reputation like, oh, he this type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And you might be liking that reputation, so you going all the way out for your gang, your hood, your block, or whatever's going on. And when you end up in them situations, man, them guys ain't there for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta lean up on your family, your girl. You know what I'm saying? And then guys coming back around, you getting they doing things to your family. You know what I'm saying? They might, get some guys that turn around and sell drugs to your family. You know what I'm saying? But you supposed to be my brother though. So it's 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 a lot to it that I know now. Growing up, I'm 33 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been repping and running the streets since I was about 14. So growing up now is just like I know what's going on. Like I know how guys is coming. I know who there for me. I know who not there for me. I know who genuine. I know who not. You know what I'm saying? So it's just for me. It's just like just picking out those characters and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got no rap for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Smart man. So you said you got a hold to the streets at 14 and you 33 now?
Now, I grew up in a single parent household. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up. My mom, she was real. She worked a lot. You know what I'm saying? So growing up like that, I had a lot of younger siblings. It's six of us in total. I'm the oldest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
I had to watch them. I had to keep the house clean. This was something that I know my mom likes from when she come home from work. Nobody want to come home to a messy house. You know.
Exactly.
So as a kid, I kind of had to mature a little bit, faster as far as like taking on that role with my mom. You know what I'm saying? But then, I had a kid at a young age. I was around 14, 15.
Okay.
So that also forced me to grow up like I got to get my own money.
A boy or a girl?
I had a daughter at a young
Okay.
age. You know what I'm saying? So that also forced me to like, man, I got to get my own money. So still, it was never no real money. But to me, from having nothing, is always something. You know what I'm saying? It was always something. But I did a lot of things that I can't really say I'm proud of today. You know what I'm saying? To survive, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? I did a
So
lot.
from 14 to 33, how many times have you been in the jail? And what's the longest sentence you've had?
I just came home. I just did like 4 years. I did from 2010 to 2014. Then
Okay.
home and I had ended up violating my parole in 2016, ended up going back for about 6 months. Then ended up catching another case, going back for another 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
So at what point in your life you decided enough was enough or you was tired of, going back and forth with the system?
Now this time right here, it's very different from the previous times when I came home. See, first thing first, like you gotta have it in your head, like I I'm not coming back to this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of this. I ain't finna keep doing this to myself. You know what I'm saying? So my first bid, I went to jail. I was 18 years old, and I I knew I wasn't coming home and working no job. Like I remember talking to guys like, man, I'm finna go home and do this, that, and the third, and they telling me like, shorty, you gonna be back. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I swear, but that was the mentality of me not really maturing. Me thinking like selling drugs or you robbing folks or whatever's going on is how you gonna make it about the hood. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna make it about your struggle. So that's the mentality. Like this time I ain't going home. I ain't doing no gang banging. This time I'm selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? So I went home with that mentality. Hustling. And it was what it was. But I still end up going back. Guys end up telling on me. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow.
It's never any loyalty in it. You know what I'm saying?
So say that again because we're now witnessing that now with the Lil Durk case. Because like you said you're homie. So a lot of times these young boys and girls get out here and their parents try to tell them different and they holler, oh, that's my friend, that's my homie. So yeah, if you can speak on that a little bit in regards to loyalty, because they think that.
It's like how you said, like Lil Durk, this is a guy, you know what I'm saying, that he came up from the trenches, you know what I'm saying? He tell you all about his life and all his music, you know what I'm saying? And he brought a group of guys around, you know what I'm saying, that he felt was loyal to him, but they was really loyal to the things that he had going on.
I
You
love
know
I
what
love
I'm
the
saying? That's loyal to what he was doing for them, you know what I'm saying? So the first time that somebody feel like he ain't did this for him or he ain't did that, they running back like, oh, he ain't this and he ain't that, or he don't take care of us or he don't love us. And you know, they backstab that man. This man is married, he got kids. You know, he from the same streets me and you was from. You know what I'm saying? But look how they do him. They forced him into this thing like, oh, you gotta get back for these guys. You know what I'm saying? They forced that on him. So now it's like peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, if you don't do this, you not the guy you say you is. You know what I'm saying? So now he forced to do things, and now guys is telling on him. That's just how the streets is. Like I say, I got a lot of homies. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even homies. I really only got like 2 or 3 friends right now today. You get what
Wow.
I'm saying? But it's a lot of guys just because of ties from the area that you from. That's like, oh, them the homies, them the guys. But there's no loyalty in it, because once you start doing what you doing, as long as you stay at a certain level in life, it's all good. But if they feel that you surpass them and doing better than them and doing this, that, and the third, that's when the envy and the jealousy and how he meet her and how he get this car and when he buy those shoes and all
Wow.
that type of stuff come out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of jealousy and envy, man. Like the streets ain't never beneficial for nobody. Like I said
That's,
before, nope. But
that's
you got
that's
to go through trials and tribulations to learn that. Some people just got to learn that for themselves. It's
wow.
hard and it's sad, but that's just what it is sometimes, you know? Some people got to really go through that. I was one of those guys, because I'm not going to act like I didn't have nobody around me. Like, I played sports as a kid, and I ain't going to act like I was like, you know, the next thing coming out of school, but I enjoyed it. And some people, they thought I was good at it. And, you know, a lot of people told me to stay with it, but that's not what I wanted to do, you know,
What did
because
you play? What sport you played?
I played basketball as a kid. You know, I
Okay.
ran track, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I did a few things, you know, just I was athletic as a kid, but you know, I dislocated my hip too. After my 8th grade year, I dislocated my hip,
Oh wow.
and I was kind of already dibbling, dabbling in the streets. And yeah, so after that, it was just like, man, it is what it is.
So let me ask you this: do you think if your father was in your life, things would have been different for you?
Um, if my father was in my life, what thing? Yeah, I'm sure it would have. I'm sure it would have. I don't know how different it would have been. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know, if he would have been the type of dad that's, you know, taking me to the basketball games and all that type of dad. But yeah, I'm sure it would have. I'm sure it would have. It would have gave me more sense of like I don't know how to explain it. I could say like as a kid, once I got a certain age, like how they say a woman can't raise a man. You know, you
I
can't
agree.
raise not on your own. You really can't. You know what I'm saying? So after I had got a certain age, you know, it was things that my mom just couldn't do with me. You know what I'm saying? So at that age, I feel like if I had a father, like, you know, if my dad was around, then maybe it could have been different, because maybe it'd have been more stern, like, nah, come straight home after school, or, you know what I'm saying, where you at this time of night, or, you know what I'm saying, or be in the house at this time of night. You know what I'm saying? But my mom, like I say, she by herself. It's 6 of us. I'm the oldest, and I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
So did you? So did you have any? Did you have any male role models in your life?
Yeah, I'm not gonna act like I didn't. You know, now I ain't sitting up here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with Saint or whatever. They weren't saints either. Now I had a role model in my life, and the type of role model he really is a good man. You know what I'm saying? But the things that I was doing, he knew that he wasn't my father. You feel me? So the things that I was doing, he felt like I was at that age that I was gonna be rebellious anyway. So he was more so the type of guy like, man, if you gonna do it, you gonna do it like this, or you gonna let me know what's going on. That way I can know you straight. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the type of guy to run back and tell my mom like this what's going on with him. So he'd handle it like how he handled it, but he had his own flaws though. You know, he was going through his trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, but I can honestly say he was a good guy. And it's crazy because in 2011, 2012, I was actually in the penitentiary with the man. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
we in the
wow.
same, yeah, we end up in the same penitentiary, and man, I hate to see you like this. He tell me like, man, you know, you like my son. You know what I'm saying? So in jail, and I'm like, wow. And I just really had to think about it, like, Yeah, he really helped me, and a lot of times, you know, as far as the streets though, he gave me how to handle certain things, like do this like this and do this like that. That way, you know what I'm saying? You know, things like that. So I'm not gonna act like he was the, you know, take me out to the ball game type of guy. You know what I'm saying? But for what I had going on at that age, he definitely held my hand and walked me through a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And made sure I was straight. I can give him that. You
I
know?
love it.
Yeah, I give him that.
So
And
what
my
advice?
uncles. I had my uncles too. I ain't gonna not downplay my uncles. I love my uncles. I had them around. So yeah, but it's just like, you know, everybody going through their own things in life. We all from the trenches, so we all trying to figure it out. You know? Yeah.
So what advice would you give a young man who is being raised by his mother with no father? Because you know how it is in the street. You know these young boys, you can't tell them nothing, and you know the father's not in the life for whatever reason it may be, and so without any real positive role models of our male structure,
Hmm.
they just out here doing whatever. So
Yeah,
um, what advice would you give them?
man. For all right, so like I'm the type of guy now. Like right now, my girl or whatever, they like she always used to tell me things like this guy not for you or this guy not for that. You know what I'm saying? And you never listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like you know what's going on because you in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I always had a gut instinct though. Like it's always a gut instinct. You know what I'm saying? When you know something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody got that. Like when you notice like this ain't right. So as a kid growing up in a household, a single parent household, it's only you and your mom. You know what I'm saying? You might have a little sister or a little brother. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you know you got to beat up for mom. You know, it's only y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's hard to understand because you're still a kid. You know what I'm saying? You want to go outside and play with your boys now, man, and all of that. But when it come those times when it's time to do something, and guys is like, look, you riding with us, and this what we on, or this what we finna do, or how you coming. You know what I'm saying? When you feel that in your gut, like man, I need to go to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Or I should get back to my OG because I know she finna go out for work. Or you know what I'm saying? And you follow that gut, man. That's what you need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And I can only say that because I've had those feelings. I grew up in a single parent household. It's kind of hard to coach a kid that's growing up in a single parent household because there's gonna be a lot of things that they're gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? To they're gonna grow up a lot faster because they got to. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things they not gonna understand. They
So
they they just not, you know.
did you feel like you were disappointing your mother when you was out there in the streets?
To be honest, I know I was. I know I was. You know what I'm saying? I know I was it could be a disappointment, but to be honest, I held so many things from my mom because I left the house at a young age. I didn't
Yeah.
even live with my mom. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of things that my mom didn't know that was going on. When she see me, she just see her son. She might not see me in a month, and then she see me. She ain't trying to hear no this, that, and the third. You know. So yeah, I can understand. I can see me going to jail, and that being a disappointment from her. I've been on the run. I ran to Texas in 2018. I was living in Texas for a year off a drug indictment. They was looking for me. I was living in Texas for a year, and nobody knew where I was at. You know what I'm saying? My family, my mom, them, they didn't even know where I was at for a whole year. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So yeah, so I can understand like her being worried
Wait,
and
did you within that year did you try to reach out to her or you couldn't?
oh no, I talked to him. I
Okay,
talked to him. I didn't talk to him like on the regular, but I was giving people to play like I was living in like St. Louis or something.
got
Or,
it.
you know what I'm saying? Down southern Illinois or something far out the way. So that's how I was running the script. But the whole time I was all the way in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was out there for a year running from the police. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can
Whole
understand.
year? Wow.
Yeah, I was out there for a year. Had a decent little run, but it was stressful though.
I'm
It was
sure.
stressful. It was stressful being on the run. Any guy that ever been on the run, he know. You know what I'm saying? It's very stressful not being able to keep it real with ones that you love. You know what I'm saying? Ones that you consider family, ones that want to see you safe. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? So being away from them in a time that you might need some comfort. You might need your mom as a grown man. You might need to sit down and just have a conversation with your mom or whatever's going on. But it was very stressful. But
Was
yeah,
your daughter born during that time when you was on the run?
no. See, I had my first child. I was a kid. You know,
Oh,
this was my last bid. I was on the run.
got you.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like 2018. You know what
So
I'm
she
saying?
didn't see you for a year.
No, my first kids ain't seen me in years. Like for a while, I was almost incarcerated their whole life. You know what I'm saying? And then little situations that me going back and forth with their moms and stuff like that. So it's a lot of ups and downs with that, but man, it'll get better though. You know what I'm saying? I just need more time. I'm trying to work on myself. You know, I just need people to understand that I'm not running the streets. You know what I'm saying? I really need some time. You know, I'm trying to get things together. I'm off parole. I'm
Good
not
for you.
ducking and dodging the police. This is the most comfortable I felt in my whole life.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
deep.
yeah,
That's
for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Like as far as like when you hear police sirens, I ain't even tripping. You know, I know they not for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like yeah, cause I've been ducking and dodging that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
like yeah, it's real smooth to just be cool, like to go outside. I ain't worried about the police, and you know what I'm saying. I'm off parole, and I ain't worried about my parole officer checking up on me. You know what I'm
So how
saying?
did you get caught in Texas?
I was coming home from work. I was coming
Oh,
out,
so you was working a job out there?
and I went down to Texas. I had a homie. I had a homie. He was down there cutting trees, and when I had got situated, you know what I'm saying, we had went down to Texas, and we was staying with him. It was me, my wife, kids. He had us down there. We was straight for a while, you know.
Wow.
And then I had end up getting into it. You know, I was still my ego, my temper. I ended up getting into it with a white guy down there, losing my job. You know what I'm saying? End up getting another job from another white guy. He seen me working one day by myself. He seen me move a whole refrigerator on my back. So he like, man, I'm gonna give you a job,
I
man. He
bet.
like, he like, man, you moving and he doing this. He like, man, I'm gonna give you a job. So he gave me a job, and I was coming back and forth on the expressway. You know, I'm from Illinois, so
Wait a
I'm
minute.
really,
So you down? So you moved there for a whole year. You got your family down there. You
yeah,
working. You got a car. You living like you ain't.
yeah. But it no, see, my family was there with me for a while, but then they end up, you know, some things had happened, and they end up having to go home.
Okay.
So for about 3 to 4 months, I was probably down there by myself. Probably like 2 or 3 months. I was
Okay.
probably down there for myself. So it that time right there. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? It was hard, and I was working a job, and I, they end up pulling me over on the way home one day. You know what I'm saying? I end up taking them on a high speed chase. End up going to jail in
Really?
Texas. Yeah, I end up taking them on a chase and everything. You know what I'm saying?
How long were you on? How long were they chasing you?
It was probably for about 5-10 minutes because for a second when he got on me, I knew he was on me. I ended up turning my lights off on my car. It was at night. I ended up turning the lights off on the expressway and taking off on him. You know what I'm saying? So then he slowed down because he like, oh yeah, like they not supposed to be chasing nobody all over the road like that. He see him acting crazy as people on the road, so he slowed down. Like, okay, cool. Now I'm nervous. I'm calling my homie like, man, I don't know where I'm at. The police on me. He like, bro, you tripping, bro. They not thinking about you, bro. I end up losing the police. You know what I'm saying? I left him. Oh, he like, bro, they not thinking about you, bro. I end up getting back on the road. And yeah, they was sitting off to the side of the road when I got back on the expressway because I didn't know how to get home. But from the expressway, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Getting back on the expressway, he ended up getting back on me. He chased me for a little bit. I ended up leaving the car, going to a gas station. He ended up coming to the gas station. Yeah, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it was a relief at the same time though, because once it was over and they had me, it was just like cool, like man, let's just get
Wow.
it over with. You know what I'm saying? That's how stressful it was. Texas was a hard time for me. You know what I'm saying? It was being on the run like that. It was a hard time for me, for real.
So when they caught you, they brought you back to Chicago?
Yes, ma'am. I took a flight back to O'Hare, U.S. Marshals with the U.S. Marshals brought me back in handcuffs, just like how you see in the movies. You know what I'm saying? But it was on the plane with regular people though. You know,
Really?
yeah. So everybody was looking at me
I
like I was
bet.
like what's going on? And it was me and another guy. He was coming from Kansas. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from Texas. So we all up in there. We both handcuffed together and everything. So everybody looking like what's going on? You know? But yeah, they flew me back, and from there I sat in the county fighting my case.
And how long did you sit in the county?
I sat in the county probably like 28 months, 29 months fighting the case.
That's like 2 years. 12 and 12 is
Yeah,
24.
yeah. Yeah, I was like
So
two and a half.
what's the difference between jail and the penitentiary?
Jail is really like the county, you know what I'm saying? You just being held there, you just fighting your case. You know what I'm saying? In the penitentiary, you really like you got your time, you living, you buy your own TV, you know, you got your own stuff, you buy your own shoes, your own, you know, the county really like is real expensive and they don't really give you much, you know
You
what I'm
said the
saying?
county is expensive.
Yeah, the county is
Like
way
like
more expensive than
like
the
what?
penitentiary.
Explain to us like what the like
Like a noodle, a ramen noodle in the
that
county
costs
jail.
10 cents, right? That costs
Nah,
10 cents in the store.
yeah. A ramen noodle in the county jail is probably like $1.15 in the county jail. You know what I'm saying? In the penitentiary, it'll be 10 cents. It'll be 12 cents or 13 cents. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So that's the difference. So the county jail, the county being in jail is way more stressful than being in than the penitentiary.
Why you say that? Because I'm okay. So it sounds like you're saying the county is more so like a holding cell until they
hmm
figure out what they're gonna do, and then once you get sentenced, you go to the penitentiary.
hmm
So, what's stressful about it? You mean
I
what?
mean, it's stressful because you don't know when you're coming home. First of all,
Okay,
you know what I'm saying. So you just sitting here. You can't get out. You can't bond out. You can't because if you can bond out, you wouldn't be sitting there. You know what I'm saying? So you can't bond out. Then you sitting around all these guys and everybody's stressed about these cases and everybody want to ask you, have you been through this and been through that? Everybody want to, you know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of gang stuff going on because there's a lot of guys from your area. We all in the county together, guys that you done been into it with.
oh
You know
wow,
what I'm saying? He might have stayed on the next block. Now he next door in the next cell. You know what I'm saying?
that's tough.
And yeah, it get like that. You know, it the county could get real treacherous, way worse than the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Way worse than the penitentiary. Because in the penitentiary, a lot of guys is in there, they chilling, they got
Okay,
their time, they don't want to mess it up, they want to
gotcha.
go home. You know, so that's the difference. That's the difference. But the penitentiary, it can get real treacherous too, depending on where you at, where you went to, where they sent you to. You know. And every penitentiary I done been in, it was never sweet. You know what I'm saying? Why they did me like that, I don't know. But yeah, I ain't never been in a penitentiary where how guys be talking all we walking in the grass and you know everything is no. It was a lot of gang stuff going on. Guys got knives, people getting high. Then when COVID hit, people dying. You don't know what's going on. It was crazy. It was crazy. You know, this last bid really made me sit back and think nah, I can't keep doing this to myself. You know what I'm saying? Then you got people around you, they all we love you. I got a cousin. He got he got about 90 years. You know what I'm saying?
90 years.
Yeah, I got a cousin, he got about 90 years. I got two of my best friends. You know, they both got about 60 some 70 years. You know what I'm saying? So these guys when I come home and I'm on the phone with these guys and they like, man, bro, when you in jail, it feel like I'm in jail. You get what I'm saying? Now these is guys, my cousin been locked up since I was 14. He was 15. I was 14. You get what I'm saying? He caught a double murder. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 15. They did him wrong, you know. Now he locked up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling when he'll be home, but he's still fighting for his life. There's still some hope. You know what I'm saying?
You said at
But
14 he went in.
at 15, he went in. I
15.
was 14. I was 14. He was 15. You know what I'm saying? So this guy telling me that when I'm in jail, it feel like he in jail. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He
Wow.
telling me like, man, when you free, I'm free. When you locked up, I'm locked up. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of conversations that I have with these guys behind these walls. You know what I'm saying? They not they know. They know It's not sweet. You know, they wish they could take it back and be right here with me. You know what I'm saying? Cutting hair.
So there is some guys in there that regret that after the smoke clear.
Man, everybody regret something. Everybody has some type of regret going through those situations. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you a guy that was so, you feel like you were so thorough to the cause, and then you got somebody to turn around and to tell on you. That hurts. And then you got to stand tall and go through this whole process with these same group of guys. You know what I'm saying? They just told on you. They showed you they don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? But you went through this whole process because you got to stand firm because what the streets say. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand tall because what the streets say. Now, for sure, I don't condone and nobody telling on nobody. If you do something and you go down, you need to that's learn your lesson. You know what I'm saying? But for sure, like when somebody tell on you, it hurts so bad. Like for you not to just turn around and you know what I'm saying? You got to be a certain type of guy. And at 15 years old, these guys told on him, and he ain't told on nobody. You know, and he was a child. He was a kid. You know, he never told on nobody. So that just show you the character in him and my other friends. And there's a lot of guys that I grew up with that's gone forever. And there's a lot of guys that I grew up with that told on a lot of guys. So they not around. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how the streets is. But that's why I am where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Wow.
chilling. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so now fast forward. So you all that happened. Now you out on parole. So when you get out, what's the first thing you trying to do?
When I came home, I instantly got a job though, you know. My wife, she wasn't having it anyway. She like, nah, whoa, you know, you got to do something because I know what type of guy you is, you know. So I came home, I was working a job, everything was cool, you know. I ended up getting another job in the warehouse. It was just warehouse jobs. I ended up getting another job in the warehouse, and it was great. Like as far as the money, I was cashing my checks 20 something hundred or 1,800 a week. You know what I'm saying? I left that job to go to school because the job was like it was real stressful on me. It was them taking blood from me. I was working with car batteries. I had to deal with lead and acid.
Oh wow.
You know, a lot of equipment, mask on my face and stuff like that. So it was just me sitting back like, do I is this gonna be the rest of my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't want to turn to the streets, but I know I can't do this for 30 years or 40. I know I can't work here for 30, 40. I'm not gonna be no warehouse jumping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I gotta do something. So my wife, she was driving trucks. My wife was driving trucks. Um, I was trying to get into the truck driving thing. They were shooting me down because of my parole. You know, I got a lot of friends. I got a few homies that they own trucks.
So wait a minute. So so when did you marry your wife?
Now we had got married in like 2019. I was in prison.
Okay, so you got married in prison, and so
Yeah,
she stood by you from 19 up until now.
yeah. Far longer than that. We really got locked in. After I had went to jail, I had caught a gun case. You know, and, we really got locked in. She came down there every week, and I was 6 7 hours away. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
She drove down there sometimes twice a week. You know what I'm saying? And she was so we locked in like that, and she held it down. You know, we go through what we go through, a lot of ups and downs,
Of course.
but for the most part, for what I can say that no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? She keep me level headed. She keep me like what's good for me. Cause she know I can be real hard headed and I can have a mentality like, man, I don't care about anything, you know. And I'm trying to break that, but she she kinda keep me grounded. She keep me, I guess you could say, safe. You know what I'm saying? She keep me safe as far as that, as far as like she ain't, you know, she be on business for me. She be on business for me. She
I
keep me,
love it because
yeah.
based on what you said, based on what you've said, what you've shared with us, it seems like you got what's the good word to use? You know, you honorary, which means that you ain't for none, right?
No,
So,
for sure. I can't.
before,
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
and so
I'm not.
typically
Yeah,
men like that don't submit. So
Yeah,
I'm so happy to hear that, God placed you with somebody that you see that got your best interest,
that's what
and
it
she's
is.
showing you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
she definitely.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
she
you
got
and
my
so
best interest. Yeah,
I
she
hope that
definitely
you
do.
I hope that you do her right. I hope you do right by her.
Yeah, we trying. We
Hey,
going
that's what
through it.
you're
We
like.
go through what we go through, but
Of
we
course, you're gonna
straight though.
always, that's
We
right.
straight. Yeah, for
But at
sure.
the end
For
of the
sure.
day, she got your back. And
Yeah,
that's all
for
that
sure.
matters. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot
Yeah,
of women out here, you know it, they play the game, they act the part, they out for themselves, and
for sure.
it's what you can give me. And after you done giving, it's over with.
Yeah,
It's
for
not many
sure.
that's loyal. So
Yeah, it's for sure. It's hard to have a relationship at this day and era. It's very hard. Don't nobody respect a relationship. You feel me? But you gotta have respect for your relationship too. You know what I'm saying?
I
So as
like
long as you got some
it.
respect for your relationship, everything should be all right. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I don't know
Yeah,
her and I don't know you, but when I met her at the graduation, when I hugged her, I felt, and just the expression on her face, the
yeah,
love that she had for you, and she was so proud. She was
yeah.
so proud
She
of
had
you.
me nervous. Yeah,
She
yeah,
was so proud. She definitely in your corner. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
for sure,
you got
for
a
sure.
real one. So that's awesome. I'm happy to
Yeah,
hear that,
for
because
sure.
you need that. Everybody need to find that person to keep them grounded, because it's easy to go left. You
It's
know that.
easy. It's easy, and then the type of guy I am, I know it's easy. It's real easy for me, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a phone call away if that's what I wanted to do. You
Wow.
get what I'm saying? So yeah, like, but I can say this. I can say this. The guys that I do have around me, these guys, you know, they love me. I had a conversation with my brother. I was going through one of my brothers, I was going through some things, and he told me, like, bro, I ain't finna let you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got something great going on. Like, why would I let you do that? You know what I'm saying? So something happened to you, and then I be sitting up like, you know, I did that, or I gave him that, or I let him do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna, no,
I
because
love
you
it.
you got something great. So when you got guys like that that's still fully involved in a lot of things that's going on in the streets, you know what I'm saying? It just show like, man, I gotta be doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have easily been like, man, let's get it.
That's true.
But he no, like why? So that's the guy that cares for me. Like
That's
it
what's
gotta
up.
be. That's the
And
guy
that's
that love
important.
me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
important to
Yeah,
surround yourself with people that got your best interest. Because, like you said, it's easy. You can go to, you said a phone call away. So that phone, so you know the difference between that phone call and the people that got your best interest. And
for
so
sure.
you want to do the right thing. So
For,
kudos to you.
for sure, for sure. And that same guy I'm talking about, we was going to school together. We both went to Barber College. He
Oh,
still
wow.
enrolled in the school. You know what I'm saying? Had a slot in the school as the secretary of the school. You know what I'm saying? So it's so crazy. But the way life is, like he ended up, he got a little situation, but he's straight though, and he talking about going back to school. And I'm back in school to be an instructor. You feel me?
I heard.
Yeah, so that's another reason why he
Wait,
like,
wait, wait, wait. We ain't got to
hey,
that part. So we stopped at the trucking.
okay, yeah, okay, so for sure. All right, so they would shoot me down for the trucks. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They're like, no, parole, on parole, you can't travel state to state, you
I
know.
didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't leave. I can't leave the state of Illinois if I'm on parole. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Unless without getting permission from your parole agent. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? They gotta go through all that process.
Technical difficulties. This is awesome. Um, Rob is resilient like I've never seen it. Excuse me. And so y'all hear his story. Y'all hear what he been through. He said he did 3 bids in the penitentiary. He could have easily gave up. Easily gave up. He get out, want better for himself. His wife telling him, "No, you better than that. Go get a job. You know, go get a job." He out here now.
I can't
There
hear.
you go.
Hello?
Yep, got you.
I can't hear.
Yep. Can you hear me?
It's showing, but I can't hear nobody. Hello?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear her.
That ain't nothing but the devil. This man is resilient, like no other.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear her. Now you
Can you hear
I
me
can't
now?
hear you.
Can click out, click out and come back in. I can hear her. So you guys see, this is exciting. I'm learning a lot from Rob. Never give up, despite how it may look. If you are determined to do whatever it is
Can you hear
that
me?
yep.
I can
Can you
hear
hear me?
you now.
Okay, awesome.
I'm
Technical
sorry
difficulty.
about that. You know, I'm
No,
on
you
my
good.
phone. Somebody called me.
It's all good. So
Alright.
as we was talking about trucking.
Okay, so right. When they was shooting me down because I was on parole and they was like, you can't go state to state. This would be my job. So I I I was hollering at my barber. I was going through some things. I'm like, man, like this, I just need to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like working this job. I'm trying to go to school. I can't work in this warehouse, bro. Like I know this not gonna be me for the rest of my life. I need some help. You know what I'm saying? So he just put it to me like how I said in my graduation, like, man,
Wait, so Larry was your barber?
nah, I got a barber in Aurora. His name Chris Mike.
Got it.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Chris Mike, great barber, good dude. He does hair. He does it all. Women's hair, he does it all. So he he like, man, like, cutting hair is like trapping, like he like, man, cutting hair, you can, the money right there. You ain't got nobody over you. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought about that. He like, man, you can wear you dress how you want, be comfortable, you ain't got nobody to, and we all look the same. Like, I think you would do good, you know what I'm saying? So I went into Larry's. I went somewhere else where they didn't accept like the grants, you know what I'm saying, for school.
Now,
They
how'd
didn't
you get the
accept
grant? Where did you get the grant from?
the same place, the FAFSA grant, the same place that I went to get the trucking grant. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Instead of doing it for trucking, I used it for the cutting hair. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So I went up in there, did that for the cutting hair. The first people didn't accept it. Larry came back, he accepted it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there, I'm cutting hair, it was cool. So I'm like, okay, this is decent. And then I meet Larry. You know what I'm saying? So I meet dude, and he was more of an inspiration just to see how he came. He pull up, nice truck, nice car. You know what I'm saying? Looking good, smelling good. So I'm like, okay, just having a conversation with him, like, man, you can make this amount of money if you apply your pressure to this and focus and just, you know what I'm saying? And then just seeing around it being black owned, you know what I'm saying? It's just always love in there. You know what I'm saying? So they made it real easy for me to be like,
Wow.
man, this is what I want to do. They gonna make it hard for you to say, nah, this ain't, if you saying this ain't, I don't know what you want to do then, because they made it easy. You know what I'm saying? They made it very easy. My instructor, the way he broke it down and gave it to me, I can understand. There wasn't no white guy up there in a suit and tie trying to tell me, you know what I'm saying? And I don't understand him. Nah, this is a guy that looked like me, younger than me. He's
Yes,
younger
of
than me.
course.
You know what I'm saying? He using the words that the same professionals gonna use. Then he gonna stop and tell you like, man, this what this is, and that's how this. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So I needed that. You know what I'm saying? And he made it fun. He made it cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just had to do it again. I'm like, man, I'm coming back. And then after the graduation, there was so much love.
Wait. How did you get to the point? So what did you do and how did you get and who pushed you for the Valedictorian? Because he was the Valedictorian, y'all.
Yeah,
That's
for
icing
sure,
on
for
the cake.
sure. Yeah, I
Make sure you
appreciate that.
highlight that.
Yeah,
Valedictorian. Y'all heard the
I
story. This man walked on the stage, gave a Valedictorian speech.
on the real. That was something different. This is something different. Everything that I've been doing since I've been doing this has been something different. It's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? So how the valedictorian thing came about, like, to be honest, to be all the way honest, I didn't even know I had to do a speech if I won that award. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? So my boy Angel, like,
Wait, let me ask you this. So how long were you in school?
I did a year. I did a year in school,
Okay.
1,500 hours.
Okay.
You know?
So did you ever want to stop? Was you like, man, it's too much. I ain't on this. Did that ever
No, never,
really?
never, 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 not once crossed my head like
Wow.
I wanted to stop going to school because, like I said, they made it so much fun. You know what I'm saying? They made it fun. It was days like, you know what I'm saying? I stay so far away from the school, so it's kind of hard to travel back and forth sometimes. So it was days like I don't even got the gas to get to school. You feel me?
Wow.
But I'm hustling it up just to get to school. You know, just to get there. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Because it's like days where I don't go. It's like I don't even know what to do with myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I gotta go to school. I gotta go because that became my sanctuary, my peace of mind. You know, that became instead of me going to the club, going to the bar, I go to school. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. So do you talk to Larry on the phone?
Nah, I don't even talk to Larry like that. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause I was
But I,
about to say this is my disclaimer because I've been trying to go to school. I've been trying to be a barber for about over 3 years, but I got a crazy schedule. Nevertheless, I told you I've been knowing Larry before he even got
right,
into got like where he at, right? And so
right,
he think I'll be flogging. I'm like, dude, I'm ready. And
right.
so I told at the graduation, I'm like, could you please allow me to enroll because I don't want to go back to the streets. He laughed like a he laughing like I'm playing. I see now he's following me on Instagram, and I'm
Yeah,
ready to get started because
yeah, for
I
sure.
got a whole I'm ready, and he think I'm flogging. So Larry, if you listen, man, I don't want to go to the streets. I
Yeah,
need
for
to
sure.
get to school to get this certificate so I can do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and I'm telling you, going through him, you can definitely do it. They teach it.
It's his
They
school.
make it easy. I'm just
He
saying the people,
playing games.
because you not gonna see Larry. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You
Of
might
course.
not
Yeah.
see him. That's a busy guy. But the
Yeah.
people that he got in play, you know what I'm saying? Great people. He got a
And
great staff. You know, he did a good job. You know what I'm saying? And I salute that. You feel me? He did a great job. You know what I'm saying? So
I
yeah.
knew Larry when he was pushing Pastor Hannah Lennon to the back.
Oh yeah? He swear he ain't never messed up nothing. I swear he
I
be
bet
up in
no,
there.
I know that they gonna get me. I'm joking, y'all. But yeah, Larry cut the pastor, our pastor hair that who church he was at.
Oh,
And
okay,
so
okay.
this was
Oh, that's the church
over
you go to?
so yeah, over
Oh,
20
okay.
plus years. I used to go there, but
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so Larry this is the drummer for the church. I don't know if he
Yeah.
told you that. Yeah, Larry the drummer.
He the drummer?
Yeah, he the drummer, y'all.
Oh, okay.
And
And
Larry
he
played
ain't
on the
never
church. Matter
told
of
me
fact,
nothing like that.
and Larry, I'm telling his business, right? And he think he can hoop. So the
I
church
seen him hoop.
we had a co-ed basketball team, and Larry played on the same team together. And then
Yeah.
Larry went to the Stella Awards, and I was taking pictures, and I seen him. So yeah, I've been knowing Larry for a long time. He's
That's
a good
what's
guy.
up.
I'm
That's a
so
good
proud
guy.
of him. Yeah, I'm so proud of him. He changing
Yeah.
lives. But I'm for real. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to enroll now. You think I'm
No,
playing
okay.
too
Well, come to Joliet then.
much?
We
Eee!
straight out there on everything. And that's why I'm gonna be teaching that.
I love it. And so okay,
Yeah.
so now you didn't know about the speech. Now you
Yeah.
um
Yeah. So I ain't know about the speech. And then me doing the test, like I was just so locked in with the school. And so it was like I was getting 100, 100, 100. You know what I'm saying? But I got a homie that was going to school too. So he like 100, 100, 100. He getting it too. So the first time he got like a 98, a 97, all was on. Now I'm telling them like it's just a friendly competition. You know what
wow,
I'm saying? Like, man, I got 100. You know, I got a 98. I got 100. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
love it.
we just going back and forth like that. And then my instructor, when it came time, he like, man, you know, you valedictorian. So now I rubbing in his face like, yeah, I got the slot. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, you got to make a speech too, you know? So I'm, what? A speech? Now I go back to the instructor, man, I got to do a speech. He, yeah, you ain't, no, I ain't know that. I don't think I would have been shooting for that award. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think I would have been doing that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, well, yeah, that came about like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was cool though. That was cool though. You know, that was different. That was different.
But you see how when you want to do the right thing, when you set out to do the right thing, how God opened doors for you. Because had you not did that speech, you wouldn't be here.
I
You know what
swear.
I'm saying? I wouldn't have met you.
I swear that was crazy because see the whole time my instructor was like, man, when you get up there, bro, I just want you to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Just tell people like where you from, where you been, and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, like, why would I want to do something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So he like, man, people need to see you and hear you, bro. Like, you look just like us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Correct.
you done been through it, so people need to see
Correct.
you and hear you, bro. So me personally, I just kind of look at it like it's the same story. You know, I feel like my story ain't no different from the next guy.
But guess what?
Yeah.
We don't. So that may be the case, but guess what? We don't hear or see those stories.
Right.
Most times you look on the news, what they saying? Somebody got killed, somebody got
Yeah,
shot, somebody got robbed.
for
They don't
sure.
highlight positive stuff that black men
No,
do.
for sure.
And that's why the Lord put me in places where when I hear stories, I'm like, I need that. I need him
Yeah.
because just by doing this, um, you're going to help so many people. And now I
Yeah.
can, and so now when I'm talking to guys, they saying, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I got a background. Oh, hold on. Let me show you something. Let me show you.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
for
now,
sure.
yeah, I'm using you
Sure.
as motivation to somebody else who think that they can't despite what they're going through. And I'm like,
And
no, you can.
that's what they told me. Like my boy Reese that I go to school with, he's still up in there. He told me one day, like, yeah, is people got similar stories, but your story is your story. Somebody might want to hear it from you. Like you a different type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So listening to you might be different. It might help somebody. Well, then that's when I put more thought into it. So I put more thought into it. I ain't really write no speech or nothing, but I had it like I kind of knew what I wanted to say. But then when I got up there, it had got so much going on, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was
Well,
just,
see, you came from the heart, and like
yeah,
you said, you was able to reach the audience because you
yeah,
came as you. A lot of times you prepare a speech, you looking at the paper and you saying this, and what I'm saying, it's
yeah,
rehearsed, and
for
it's like,
sure,
okay, yeah, we heard, okay, that's cute,
yeah,
congratulations.
for sure.
But when you hit the stage,
Yeah, it was all raw. Yeah, it was all raw, and I appreciate people, being accepting to that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was really like my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like it just happened like that. I ain't mean for it to happen like that, but it just came out like that. You know what I'm saying? And people wasn't like they wasn't knocking it. People was like, man, we appreciate you and things like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Like that was cool then. You feel me? But I'm not no guy. I'm not the type of guy to be. I can't, emotion, and it'd be hard for me to do that. You know
of
what I'm
course,
saying?
yeah, that's expected. That's how y'all
Yeah,
are.
yeah. It just be a little hard for me to do that. So it was definitely hard for me to do that in front of all these people. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So it was a blessing to have everybody like real receptive to that. Like, we here with you. We feel you, and see what some guys was like, man, I needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing that you just said and what everybody when it came out of his mouth, like, man, I needed to hear that. I'm like, dang, that's what's up. That was cool. You feel me? So
Okay,
I
so
appreciated that.
of course, so you said that now they want you to be an instructor. So what does that look like? What,
Just teaching the class. They
teaching the
uh,
class?
yeah,
Wow,
teaching the class. I'm going back. I got a book, Master of Educators. I'm going through this book, study guides and all
that's so
that.
cool.
I got to take tests on this book, and then me being on the floor with guys that ain't cut hair. We was doing this anyway. Like me and my homies when we came out the classroom, we on the floor, so we already helping each other. You know what I'm saying? So it just came like that. Everybody just help each other. So when people knew on the floor, I'll be there, I'm helping, and I'll be around. And my instructor was like, "Man, I see that in you. Like I can see you doing this. You know what I'm saying? I can see you helping. I see you real cool with people, and people be receptive to me, like they can take on, you know what I'm saying? They listen. So
Because you're original. It ain't rehearsed with you. And that's what people need. I don't want nobody that's, oh, you got to do this. Come stand over here. No. Let's
yeah, for sure.
say what you're
Yeah,
gonna say.
yeah, for sure. So that's what he told me. So
Yeah.
at first I didn't know what I was gonna do. I'm like, man, I don't know if I need to get in the shop and just get the cutting and get this money. But he like, man, you can cut right here and you can give demonstrations and you can help and I like the school. I ain't never graduated nothing in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. You
I ain't
serious?
never, yeah, I never graduated. I mean, I had an eighth grade graduation, so yeah, that was different though. It wasn't like,
Right.
well, like high school or college, and I ain't never did. I don't even have a GED. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I don't even have a GED. You know what I'm saying? So me going through all of this, it was different for me, and I loved it. Like I felt like I'm a part of something. Like, you was just a part of the streets. You was just ripping running with the game. Now this my gang right here, and this what we doing right here. You know what I'm saying? At Larry's Barber College, this what we doing. This the gang right here. You know, Joliet, we chilling up here, we cutting hair, we helping, we giving great service, all that. You know.
So I got a youth organization in Chicago where I deal with about, I don't know, 15 to 20 plus kids. I'm actually starting a cohort next month. And so what I do is expose them to different and try to show them that they don't have to be what they see. There's
Mhm.
opportunities, there's other things that they can do besides being a rapper and
Mhm.
all this other stuff they
It's a
throwing
lot.
in the place, right? And or a basketball player, things like that.
Mhm.
And so, like you said, even with barbering, you set your own hours, y'all charge
Mhm.
20, 30, $40
Yeah.
a cut.
Own boss.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so so yeah, I'm just filled with joy because I love to hear black men that are that has beat the odds and
Mhm.
that's showing resilience because
Yeah.
we don't see that often.
Yeah,
It's
for
sad, but
sure.
it's true. So definitely when I do something with the kids, we do entrepreneurship, we do career day, I have
Yeah.
guys come and talk. I need you
I will
to
come.
come and talk to these kids, because some of them, they want to run the streets and they want to do this and they one parent household and
Yeah.
grandmother can't tell them nothing. And like you said, I can get them in a room, but
Yeah.
um but when I get them in a room, I need guys, like you and all walks to come in and
Mhm.
get it to them live, uncut, and edited, as my friends say, because they look at me like, oh, okay, they able to let their guards down around me, but I'm like, no, it ain't like that in the street.
Nah.
Y'all playing games with y'all mama. It's a
Yeah.
whole world like that. And let me bring somebody in that could get y'all ear. And
Yeah,
then like
for sure.
somebody, like you said earlier, sometimes you have to hear it from somebody else. I got
Yeah.
a 16-year-old son. Don't give me no problems, but even still, it's just certain stories that they need to hear.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And anytime you need any help with that, I'll definitely be able to come down there and do that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to start like a non-profit organization myself, something to like teach kids how to take care of their hair and their hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, kids have a lot of problems with that. Going through school, nobody never sat down and told them like how to do this or how to do that.
I
You
would
know what I'm
love
saying? They just figured that out on the fly. Now, I'm not saying all parents is like that because there's some kids, they come from day one, they put together, you know what I'm saying? But it's some kids that just got to figure it out on their own, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to open up. I want to start doing something that I want to be able to help kids
to
take
give
care
back.
of their hair and, feel better about themselves, feel better about how they look. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is a real story. I was in the penitentiary. I was in the penitentiary. I was watching the news. It was a young lady. She was probably like 10, you know what I'm saying? Young little kid. She's probably about 10, 11, going to school somewhere in Utah, you know what I'm saying? And she ended up killing herself, you know what I'm saying? She was going to an all white school. None of the kids looked like her. She was a black kid. None of the kids looked like her. She wrote in this diary every day. And she was a beautiful little girl. She ended up hurting herself, killing herself or whatever, because of how people made fun of how she looked and her hair and this and because she didn't look like nobody else. But she wanted to look like them, but she didn't understand how beautiful she was. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? And I just want kids to understand, like, you might not have a parent that comb your hair every day. It's kids out there like that might not have a parent that combs their hair every day. So if I want to show you how to do it, you know what I'm saying? If your parents won't bring you to me, I'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? I'll come to the neighborhood that you in, the park district or whatever, and teach kids how to do these type of things. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
there's a
would
lot
love
of
to.
kids that they just need some help. You know what I'm saying? Because they beautiful. They all beautiful in their own way. Everybody is. So a lot of kids just need some help with taking care of themselves. I want to do that. You
So
know?
I so a lot of friends of mine, like maybe twice or three times a year, they do like a big give back. I do it too, but they incorporate the free haircuts. Matter of fact,
Oh
TT
yeah.
that graduated with you, she came to a couple of ours.
Okay.
Where barbers want to give back, free cutting the kids' hair for free,
Yeah.
people to come and get the free coats, free food, everything free, just giving back. And
Yeah,
so
for
I
sure.
haven't done it yet because I was waiting on you. I
Oh,
was
okay.
waiting on God to send me some people that got a story that, I'm saying, they got a story. Yeah, I can get people,
Okay.
but I look for certain people because I know, what it's like out there. I'm the only child. My brother was killed in 98 in the streets. And so I be looking for certain people that got a story to tell to show these kids like it ain't sweet as you think. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
And so yeah, so I'm so happy to meet you. I
I'm
appreciate
happy for you too. Real. I am.
I thank God for your wife for being there.
Yeah, for sure.
I love her spirit. I'm sure your mother's proud of you.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for this interview. I'm gonna send it to you. Once I download it, like I said, it's gonna be on iHeartRadio. It's gonna be on Pandora. You'll be able to hear the audio, so you can listen to it in your car. It'll be on all the major platforms. It just take me a while to do that because I be running chicken. So, thank you again for coming on.
You.
And I got y'all information, and y'all gonna be hearing from me soon.
All right, stand tuned. Appreciate you.
All right, be safe.
Yeah, thank you.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, and iNetworks Communication Station.
Views made on the preceding